Welcome to this bee channel. Blue orchard bees are the topic of this channel. They look like bees, but they are blue or black looking. They are great pollinators. A lot of people are ordering and using these bees to pollinate their gardens and as a hobby. So when do we set out these bees? We obviously want to set them out when there is plenty of pollen supply. If you look at a tree pollen map, you can see where the red areas are of really high tree pollen. And for example, March 27th, there's not a lot of pollen in the northern United States. If you are in those regions, that would not be a good time to put your mason bees out. This is the map for today, May 18th. At the red band of the high tree pollen is around this level, and if you are at this latitude, then this would be a good time to have your bees out, perhaps a week or two before then as well. So it's good to check this map, this tree pollen map, to know when the pollen will be in the area to sustain the bees. The other important aspect is the temperatures, when the temperatures are right. So if you look at the month of April, usually April 7th is the date that I put the bees out, but you can see there was quite it was pretty cold during a lot of the April nights, near freezing, and you don't really want to freeze the bees. They would probably survive, but I'm not sure how the larvae and the eggs would do in those kind of temperatures. I also know they don't like to fly very much when it's below 69 degrees. So this would be a long period of time to stay in the tubes in the nest without flying. April would not have been a good time to release the bees. Usually they are out by now, by April, but for this year I released some of them before this freeze period in May, and some of them after the freeze period in May. And if the temperatures are not right, it's probably a good idea to hang on to them for a little longer. Always check the next 10 days forecast, and we can see for the rest of May we should be pretty good. We don't have too many nights or any nights that are below 40. Most of the days are going to be above 60. And ideally, the days that are above 69 are going to be the real high traffic days. And hopefully there'll still be pollen in the area. The mason bee, as well as the honeybee, has many predators. If you set up a nest of mason bees, you will see all these predators start to come around in your neighborhood. And one of them is the bald-faced hornet, which is really a wasp. I caught two of them today. I believe one of them is definitely a queen. And this is when you want to catch them, if you can. Catch them before they start a huge colony. Wasps are not bee friendly. As James Carpenter says in this article here, they something that is not really mentioned very frequently about yellow jacket wasps and hornets is that they are the most frequent predators of bees. They can really destroy a large amount of bees. You kind of have to pick sides, and if you want to really help the bees out, that means the wasps have to go, and that definitely means the bald-faced hornet. you really have to keep an eye out for them and try to catch them before they start a colony. Here's some video on the bald-faced hornets and the bee house. So here's the bee house on May 18th. Cloudy day. Bees don't like to fly so much in the colder weather. It looks pretty deserted. Everybody's just staying in. They usually don't like to fly unless it is 69 degrees outside. But the bigger ones will continue. So far there's 8 plug tubes in the house. There are no monodons here at all. They had a late start this year because it was pretty wet and miserable. So hopefully we're off to a great year this year. So here is the first bald-faced hornet of the season. Looks like it came from someplace that had a white powder on its back for some reason. There's no chemicals on it. It's just acting normal. So always good to capture these because they can really do some damage to your bees. Alright, this is the second bald-faced hornet for today. Versus the first one we caught today. But it also appears to have some powder on its back, which is unusual.